watershed is any defined point where water always runs to the same region. And so one way I like to think about this is if I'm standing in a stream in a mountain range, for example, and I have a mountain on my right and a mountain on my left, all of the water is going to run into the stream where I am. And then that stream is ultimately going to run into another brook. So when I'm at the outlet of that stream by the brook, that will be the output of my watershed. And all of the water from those two mountains will be the delineation of that watershed. But you can have bigger watersheds too. So in GIS, what we've done is we've created a hydrologic unit code. And so we have different sizes of hydrologic unit codes depending on how big our watershed is. So you can have gigantic watersheds. And so here we have, I don't know, so this would be like the Missouri watershed, maybe Mississippi watershed here. And so these are gigantic watersheds starting at a Huck 4. And then you can break those further into smaller watersheds called a Huck 6. And so then, we might have like the Ohio watershed or, something even larger. And so then we can further break those into a Huck 8, which would be like all of the watersheds within West Virginia. And in fact, this looks familiar. And so these would be all of the Huck 8 watersheds in West Virginia. And so you can see, those look familiar to you maybe. And so those would be all of the watersheds at a GIS Huck 8 scale. And so now that we've discussed watersheds, I think one thing to really always ask when you're talking about water is, why is it important?